This is the real deal. This is the sex appeal. We're talking about some lad called either Onion or Onision today. I don't know what the crack is with that. We're going to find out. Let's turn up the volume here. How are you getting on? Okay. This is live, so the thing about going live is, so there's some, we're talking about your boy Chris Hansen today. Chris Hansen is chasing some YouTube paedophile lad called Onision. I don't know his actual name. I'll spell it out for you guys in a minute. Apparently, this lad Onision says anyone who does a video about him is getting sued to fuck. So I was like, I'll take that bait. So apparently some lad called Onision's going to sue me now, so that'll be a bit of crack. So we're just going to talk about all the mad shit he's allegedly been doing. Alright, VeganSteven, this is part of a podcast. VeganSteven's a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters and events in this show, even though it's based on real people, are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. Okay, fictional show. How are you getting on? This is a parody of a podcast. Alright, so the lad we're talking about today is... Oh, jeez. Is his name actually Onision? No, it's Onisions. Alright? Onisions. It's like ostinoidens or something. I'm gonna read it out. We're also gonna dip into the elections. There was an election held there, see what Brexit or something that carry on. So we're gonna have a little Google of that. So we'll be talking about Chris Hansen's like a notorious paedophile hunter, alright? I think his show got cancelled because Chris Hansen was very bold. I think he might have done some bold things, and now he's trying to be an internet star. Bless him, Chris Hansen. He's trying to be an internet star, and he's gone around picking up the scraps that no one else wants. Poor old Chris Hansen, allegedly. Alright. Chris Hansen's some lad though. Like he's an absolute wind-up merchant. He's just like, go on. He just stirs people up, like, you know what I mean? He pulls VeganSteven, like, he just loves winding people up and going, oh, really? And then he says stuff like, you know, I was talking to the FBI about this, and like, oh my god, the FBI. I don't know, man. He knows how to milk something, do you know what I mean? You could have someone there at 9/11 or something, Twin Towers blown down, you just have some lad being like, oh, jeez, I wasn't expecting that. But Chris Hansen would make a fucking... He's the man. He'd turn that into an hour and a half show by himself, and you'd watch it, you'd just be like, oh my god, Chris Hansen, you're so fucking charming, you smooth talking gorgeous bastard. But yeah, he's trying to be a YouTuber right now. And it's mad. There's this thing called Patreon. You can subscribe to my Patreon downstairs there. That's mad. Lads are paying like €100 to Chris Hansen just in the old chat. It's just, I don't know, it's mad. It's mad what people pay for and shit. So we're going to turn this audio back up a little bit. A little bitty wait. So I got a little song for you. I got a little song for you, my love. We are live fecking everywhere. This is the real deal. Alright, yeah, so some elections go on with Brexit and stuff today. This show is part of a podcast. It's here to give you positive vibes at any cost. I literally make fun of everything. Anything's up for grabs. And to be honest, I'm not a very educated man as regards geography or even who people are. I'm more into ideas than actual people, which I know is a strange thing to do. So usually I have nothing to go off. When I'm slagging someone, I have nothing to go off apart from like half a headline and picture them doing something. So I just basically comment on things. Sometimes it's highly offensive, usually, hopefully, just because, you know, I don't have a clue who they are and it's accidental, the offence. But listen, life's hard, you know what I mean? This is called the Morning Espresso. I'm trying to get you out of bed. I'm trying to get you fucking inspired. And there's a little cheeky business course there for you if you want to earn an extra few bob. There's a playlist there. It's pretty nice. I recommend it. And that's going to keep going until there's 100 hours. There's already there must be like 15 hours of music lessons up there under the crate now. Oh god. Check the merch, man. I'm selling all the things. I'm selling hats. I'm selling alleged happiness. Alright, here's a little song for you anyway. This is strictly over 50s, so you have to be over 50 years old. Oh my god. Lads, I just realised there's no water in here. Oh my... Stop the press. Hold everything. This is actually a fucking shambles. Right, there's an old half-used one over here. Right, we'll carry on. This is the stuff I have to put up with, people. I come in here trying to run a professional show, and they can't even... How much is it for a bottle of water? Fucking 30 cents or something. I get the cheapest shit going. Hopefully there's no fluorine in it. Wouldn't that be gas if they're putting fluorine in the bottled water? They're... should listen. Here's a little song for you. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you last night when I was in my bed. Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh Jesus. Sorry. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Here's a little song. Fuck your Wikipedia facts. Fuck your selfish charity act. Fuck your religious ghost stories. Fuck your job and your degree. 'Cause I don't wanna be part of your politically correct attack. I don't wanna be part of your anti-social movement. 'Cause we are the life, and you can't have us, not us, not us. So fuck your religious charity acts. Fuck paying for healthcare. Fuck. Whoa, 'cause we are the life, and you can't have us, not us, not us. Heal the people, don't enslave the people with shit we don't need, 'cause all we need is each other. Heal the people, don't enslave the people with shit we don't need, 'cause all we need is each other. We are the life, and you can't have us, not us, not us. 'Cause we are the life, and you can't have us, not us, not us. As for all those people worried about this Brexit crack, sure we'll pull through. Whichever way, whatever happens, whoever's in charge. There's always some mad shit going down, and somehow life goes on, somehow. I'm one of them lads who has ever paid attention to like any world event really. I know that some people think that's very selfish and all the rest of it, but I'm just trying to get my own shit done. I can't be distracted by all this drama going off in some other country I'll never probably go to, like in America, England or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some people get all very emotional about this Brexit shit, but life goes on. Oh, VeganSteven, that's alright for you to say you're a fictional character. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But it's fucking always been fucking. It's been fucking. Always shit going on, and fucking Irish lads have always got through it. Alright, I'm just gonna have to accept that I lost my plectrum there. I was trying to make small talk, I was looking for my plec on the floor, but you're fuck it. R.I.P. Mr. Plectrum. That's the thing about playing guitar, man. As soon as you put a plectrum down, it's fucking gone. Gone forever. That's why VeganSteven plectrums are red. Once you put up with any of this amateur shit of all the things. So listen, the thing about love is, I'm only messing. We're going to talk about Chris Hansen. Who's Chris Hansen? He's like this kind of mad paedophile hunter. And he's on like American TV shows. I think his new TV show, he got cancelled anyway, because I don't know, I'm going to have to look it up. I think a load of people he was chasing ended up killing themselves or something. Because he used to, do you know, like if you, yeah, I don't know. But basically, I'm going to look up what actually happened, because I don't actually know. I just heard rumours and shit. Why was Chris Hansen cancelled? This is an intermission. Just have to get my receptionist there to. Okay, let's find out what happened. To Catch a Predator. Oh my god. Cancellation. This show was cancelled in 2008 in part because Lewis Carrant, an assistant district attorney in Rockwell County, Texas, shot himself after he was caught talking to and engaging pictures with a perverted justice volunteer posing as a 13-year-old boy. Alright. So I guess he pissed off the wrong people or something. I don't know. The weird thing about this kind of carry on, you can see like, where was that, a judge lad? It goes there's no barriers, like, do you know what I mean? Just go anyway, sure, look. How rich is Chris Hansen? Holy Jesus, he's 12 million. Fuck me, fair play to you. Chris Hansen, informant personality. Oh man, like, I can talk smack about fucking Chris Hansen, but he's a fucking ledge bag at the end of the day, like. As I said, he can milk a fucking man. I could watch him interview a fucking wall of paint drying and I'd be fucking fascinated. He'd just be like, so what's going on, paint drying? And then before you know it, you'd just be ready to fucking lock the wet drying paint and throw away the key, because the paint cannot deny or confirm its whereabouts on the day that 20 million kids went missing. And you're like, that wet wall of paint's going down. Chris Hansen, cheers. Yeah, he's an absolute chancer. He's married to a woman there. How you getting on? I won't be looking at people's wives. We'll just we'll stick to the plot. So there he is. Chris Hansen's getting on grand. There was a whole controversy about he had a show. Yeah, he had a show called How to Catch a Predator or whatever, and it was probably one of the best shows ever made. It was absolutely comical. Let's have a little look. What's this? Chris Hansen looking class. Oh Jesus! The host of fucking hell! In 2019, the host of fucking what? He was arrested. That's mad. Chris Hansen was arrested. Oh my fuck! Jesus fucking hell! Scandal alert!
Former To Catch a Predator host
shit.
and all-around TV good guy.
I don't want to turn this off. No, I'm talking over this so I won't get sad. Oh Jesus! Turn that off.
And the whole
Sorry, apologies for that. Just I can't have any sound playing on the podcast, otherwise there's all sorts of legal shit I have to deal with. Who knows what the fuck he did? It's not telling me straight away. A warrant was issued for arrest as he wrote a series of bad checks. Alright, who gives a fuck? That sounds like a load of... Yeah, right, whatever. He's worth 50 million. Who gives a fuck if he wrote a bad check? Like, who gives a fuck? Anyway, back to the point. So is this lad Chris Hansen, absolute full-time legend, 9 to 5. But he's an absolute shitstar. Like, he's an absolute chancer. So he's posting up these videos of him in his living room. There's a Christmas tree in the background, right? This lad, he's on the front line of catching predators. He has like little sign up forms trying to sell you mad shit. It's like Chris Hansen forwards fucking this dishwashing powder. Chris Hansen is fucking a lovely lad. And then the side has the chat and they're saying, oh, Chris Hansen, answer my question. They put like a bid in for like, oh, €5, €100 answer for fucking thing. Everyone has to make money, and clearly this Chris Hansen lad is a full-time legend, and yeah, but basically he's gone around trying to start a YouTube name for himself. And listen, I only googled this yesterday, so I don't know a fucking clue what I'm talking about. I'm as bad as Chris Hansen. Alright, anyway, back to the point. Chris Hansen, he looks well, doesn't he? He looks good at all angles, like. Alright, so there he is, Chris Hansen in his white turtleneck, and there's a Christmas tree in the background, and he's doing some shitty little webcam video with these absolute dorky ass YouTubers, right? And these YouTubers are like, Chris Hansen's there like, I'm a professional, like, full-time host, as in like, everyone can understand what I'm saying because I'm super articulate and I'm George Hansen. His name's not George Harrison, is it? His name's Chris Hansen. I keep calling him George Harrison if he's one of those Beatles. George Harrison, legendary guitarist and Beatle, full-time Beatle member. In other news, I posted a picture last night. I said I should, what was it? I said something like, I thought I should post something Christmassy, so I posted this or something, and it was a picture of Santa Claus having post-coitus conversation with a lady, and the gentleman in question was allegedly Santa Claus, and the female in question was I don't know, she was a woman of birth-giving age. Does that, I don't know. It looked consensual anyway. Bit of tongue-in-cheek photo, and I asked a question on it. I said something like, oh, by the way, I put my own face over Santa's face, just in case there's any kind of legal stuff, I don't know, just to make sure it was a meme and a parody thing, you know yourself, just so everyone knows I'm just having I'm looking, digging for another joke, nothing malicious meant about it, but people keep giving out to me saying, oh, you can't say prostitute, you have to say sex worker, and then it's okay to talk about prostitutes all you like as long as you call them sex workers, because that's keeping up with the latest fucking trends, alright? For some reason it's classy to be a sex worker or something, but it's bad to be a prostitute. Oh, who gives a fuck? Politically correctness is changing its mind. Okay, sorry, that was very arrogant of me, so I apologise. I'm going to stay on track. So I posted this bold picture anyway, looking for another laugh. It was a picture of me. I was there with the hat on, and there's a woman there, and we looked like we were both after having a good time of consent. I was smoking a thing, and I had the Santa Claus costume up there, and I had a little jokey banner, and it said, what do you want from Santa Claus this year? And I had two options of the question, and it said, option A, a prostitute. And then it said, option B, sex worker. And the joke is that they're both the same thing, but one's politically correct, and the other is you're not allowed to say anymore because it's vulgar or some shit. I don't know why. So you're not allowed to say like, words are constantly coming in there. Like, I think idiot was the politically correct term for kind of someone with severe special needs or whatever, learning disabilities or whatever the fuck. And then they weren't allowed to say idiot anymore, and then it was something else, and then it was retard. Retard was the like politically correct word for like I don't even know the politically correct terms, but retard was the politically correct term for years, and they said no, you can't say that anymore. You can't. That was like the actual legitimate, but you can't say it anymore. Now it's discrimination or some shit. So then they brought in this other new term, which I don't even know, but it's the politically correct term. And I can't keep up. I'm sorry. I'm trying, but I'm just not that. I've got my own shit to do. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to be a fucking rock star here. Sell merch, and I'm trying. Like, I'm putting a bit of effort in. You know, like I have an odd glance at the news just because what's going on. But I can't keep up with all these. I can't keep up with all these fucking trends of what you can say and what you can't say. I'm still like 10 years behind, man. I'm still going around calling female actresses and calling female guards bandgarda, because that's what I was told in school. They were giving out to me for not doing there, saying no, that is not a guard, that is a bandgarda, you gotta get that right or else you're getting detention. And I was like, oh yeah, fucking grand, I'll be politically correct. I don't know any better, I'm a fucking kid. And you're gonna fail this fucking test if you write actress instead of actor. But now they're after fucking changing their mind. And I was hanging out with some fucking feminist mates of mine, having a great time, and I said, the vanguard over there or whatever, or else and they started giving out to me going, oh, you cannot say that is disrespectful to women. And I'm like, oh man, I was trying to be respectful. I was using the term that feminists said they wanted me to use. I was trying to do the right thing. I was trying not to get given out to. I just can't do anything fucking right because I don't have fucking 10 hours to be putting in to every thing to make sure that I don't offend anyone. No matter what I do, someone's going to be offended. If it's my socks, the way they didn't like I was sweating on them because I was stressed out. I'm sorry, my socks, I didn't mean to get you wet. Alright, that's called a rant. Alright, so Chris Hansen anyway. So Chris Hansen, gorgeous looking lad. He's not the king of consistency, and he doesn't have the #1 vegan podcast like VeganSteven, but he's doing his best. Maybe he emailed me before allegedly saying he wanted to come on the podcast, and I was like, listen, kind of have to wash my goldfish that day, but sure, we'll see. We'll talk money and see what's in it for me, you know. Alright, so anyway, moving on. So there's this lad called I'll have to get someone to read out his name because I don't want to. Oceans. Alright, let's see what the crack is here. So there's this lad anyway on YouTube, right? And he's 35 and everyone's calling him a big everyone's giving out about him. We'll see if I can get his name here. Pronunciation.
They're not really that good, and it's weird that these things.
Where is this?
So in one of my last videos, I said 25,000 likes, and I will review
Here he goes.
the final Onision movie.
Onision. Okay. Thank you very much to iNapper for that. Onision. Okay, his name's Onision. Cool name, actually. So this lad called Onision anyway, and everyone's always giving out about him. Apparently he's one of like the first YouTubers. And where am I going with this? Apparently he's getting all sorts of accusations. I've only googled this yesterday, so I literally if you think Chris Hansen's good at stirring the pot, you haven't met VeganSteven, the king of waffle. So stirring the pot, so listen, the only reason I'm doing this video is because apparently Onision's fucking, or Oshin as I call him, Oshin said that he'd sue anyone or whatever who makes contact about him. He's fucking what else he doing? He's fucking I don't even know. I don't really care. But you listen, it seemed like a bit of crack. It's basically like challenge accepted, so we'll see what the crack is. Now, to be honest, I don't trust any of the sources I've looked at, because every source I've heard about this Oshin lad is always by some fucking kid in their room going, ooh, I read these comments and ooh, I don't know. Like, listen, if this Onision lad was doing anything illegal, he'd be in prison. Yeah, like, I don't know, whatever he's been doing, he's 35, right? And he's been doing this YouTube thing since, I'm guessing for 10, 15 years or something. Apparently he has a few bob. He may have done stuff illegally. grand. If he does, he'll go to prison. Do you know what I mean? Like, but until that point, it's all a load of talk, and I haven't actually witnessed any credible sources. It all just seems like rumours and shit. So I don't know anything about this lad. As I said, theoretically he could go to prison or whatever, but you have Chris Hansen, alright, and Chris Hansen's just like Chris Hansen's shiting on saying, oh, he fucking, apparently this Onision, one of the things that has been allegedly proven is that he had this forum, he's like a big YouTuber, right, this Onision lad, or Onision, I always call him Onision. Onision, right? Onision fucking apparently did stuff like he licked someone's head. He licked a girl's head who was under the age of 18. And Chris Hansen was like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Which, yeah, you shouldn't be fucking doing it, especially on camera. But, like, what's the context? You know what I mean? What's the context? Because, I know, like, I'm sure if someone paid me €2 to lick a baby's head, and if a mother paid me €2 to lick a baby's head, right? If the mother said, listen, we'll do this for a photo or something, I'd be like, go on, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds weird, but it's, I don't know the context. If it could have literally been the mother might have been holding the baby in on the joke, and they might have just been recreating a picture. I don't know. You see, this is the thing, it's all just hearsay. Now, I've watched some of this Onision lad's videos that he's posted in the last week, and as far as I can tell, I don't know anything about this lad. Like, honestly, I know nothing about this lad. I only Googled him yesterday, so do your own research for flip's sake. He was posting these videos, and it looks like he's posting like a really bad, I don't know if he's really bad at acting. At first I was like, oh my god, this lad's having like a serious mental breakdown, do you know what I mean? And then I was looking at it a little bit more, and then I realised that it's made really badly on purpose. But do you know when someone's really used to lying, they're not always sure, they kind of don't bother acting anymore. They kind of get lazy because they're just like, fuck it. But if this guy is actually been a YouTuber for like 15 years and he's been making money, he obviously must be very, very smart. Either like an evil genius or a smart genius of some description. Because he's making his money from making videos, do you know what I mean? He's not... So yeah, as far as I can tell, he's putting out fake videos inspired, just guessing, from the Joker, to stir up controversy. So yeah, he's stirring up controversy and it's working, because I don't even know who this lad is, but he's building up kind of like, as far as I don't know what he's doing, but it seems like he's building up his own kind of controversy to get himself known, to get everyone talking about him and so on. And as far as I can tell, he did some stuff that's not really that smart, but it's stuff that's I can see why people would do it to stir up controversy, like people do it in the press. The two Oasis brothers, Liam and Gallagher and whatever Gallagher, are always having fake fights, and it's blowing up in the press, and everyone's going, oh, will they, won't they, oh Jesus. Meanwhile, there's fucking people starving in Africa or whatever. People just want a bit of shite just to look at, and bit of escapism from their wife telling them to put out the bins or whatever. Anyway, listen, I don't know, I'm just a lad in the shed talking, alright? I'm just literally googling shit. What do I know about any of this shit? Now listen, this lad Onision, there's a lot of people just making videos on him. So I said, as far as I can tell, the things that he has been, there's a little bit more. The things that people, I don't know. As far as I can tell, there's no people actually saying he took out his genitals and, you know, there was physical contact there and I wasn't alright with it. As far generally, if that stuff happened, they just tell you, listen, he touched someone inappropriately or whatever. And instead of that, there seems to be stuff like he had a forum, this YouTuber, where he had a forum, and I think you have to be over 21 to go on this forum, right? So that's like, it's an age restricted thing. You have to be over 21, and you have an option to, it's like Reddit, you can post a picture of yourself to be rated. And apparently there was some kind of problem with the age checking system, and some people pretended they were over the age of 21. They weren't, and they posted pictures of themselves even though they're under the age of 21 or something, and that's all proven allegedly, and there's like a paper trail to that. But yeah, I don't know. I just know that I personally couldn't keep track of every possible eventuality that might go wrong. Like, that's what I'd like to have other people in charge of that shit. I just want to be away in an island doing my own thing, and let someone else take care of all this administration, checking the laws shit, because I don't know all the laws. That's why you need lawyers. Alright, but yeah, like I said, if this lad did do anything, like, obviously he's going to jail, and that's fair enough. But for some reason he's not in jail, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if he was in prison and it had been proven, I'd be like, oh, fair enough, he did this. But it's literally a lot of people going, I heard this, and I heard that, and Chris Hansen being like, how do I make my money? I'm Chris Hansen. I make money by looking for paedophiles. So it's in his interest, in his turtleneck 50 million thing, to go looking for these lads, and to create controversy, because, like I said, most people die from paedophiles? No, like, pedophilia is, like, obviously, like, disgusting, and there's been so many people I know and respect in my life who'd have had horrible interactions with, where people took advantage of them sexually and so on. It's so hard to even make fun of in any way. It just makes you feel fucking disgusting and so on. But it sells, do you know what I mean? And you know it sells because Chris Hansen, that's what he's selling. He's selling, like, stopping paedophiles. That's what he's selling, and he's making money off of that. So yeah, like, is your kid gonna get touched by one of these paedophile people? Probably not. It's way more likely that your kid's gonna die of suicide, and if they don't die of suicide, it's more likely that they're gonna die of cancer. And if they don't die of like, there's an actual list of things that your children will actually die of. Like, most whatever paedophile things or whatever are done inside the home or by a family member or a family friend or something. Do you know what I mean? It's not done by some random person off the street. And your kid and loved one is way more likely to die of something every day, like falling or getting knocked down, or, do you know, just everyday shit, or choking on chicken. The stuff like paedophile hunters and stuff, it's all... Let's find out. Causes of death in our world. Data. Excellent. What's the number one cause of death in the world? Let's find out. Fucking hell, heart disease. Oh, okay, I didn't know this, alright? Meanwhile, I was terrified of, like, paedophiles chasing me in the night, or else me getting raped down a fucking laneway, or what else am I scared of? Getting arrested by a lot of cops and getting the shit beaten out of me, because they think, I don't know, they didn't like one of my pictures with them or something, I don't know. Just irrational fears I have. But what actually, coming into reality, what actually kills people, we're going to find out, is insademic. It's ISCHAMIC. Heart disease and stroke are the world's biggest killers, accounting for combined, as far as I know, my granddad died from, he had loads of strokes, he had millions of them. Just, yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, a good few. I think strokes run my family and stuff, so that's different strokes for different folks. Right. Accounting for a combined 15 million deaths since 2016, these have remained the leading cause of... Okay, so listen, strokes don't sell newspapers, heart disease doesn't sell newspapers, okay? You gotta look for something, because you can just look after your diet, okay? So when people want to sell you stuff, it needs to be something that it can't be measurable, okay? So you can't really measure the amount of drugs in the world. It's just like this mysterious thing that you don't know about, and it's coming to get you, and all those things. Okay. La 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 la. So yeah, the old heart disease. So Chris Hansen, it's entertainment, okay? It's important that you realise it's entertainment. It is, like, I know, but it's on TV because it's entertainment, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I like better than getting with a load of mates and watch Best of Chris Hansen, because it's just fucking an absolute hoot and a holler night in. You see loads of people, like, you see, like, some old men and they're, like, naked in someone's living room. And then Chris Hansen just walks out and goes, "Have a seat, I'm Chris Hansen." And then the paedophile's just like, "No!" And they're saying stuff like, "Oh no, I'm just here to have pizza with this 12-year-old boy." And Chris Hansen's like, "Really? You just drove like 3 days straight without sleeping just have pizza with this 12-year-old boy?" And the pedophile's like, yeah, I just really like pizza, you know." And then he's like, are you the lad's father?" And Chris Hansen's like, "No, I'm Chris Hansen. Have a seat." And the pedophile's like, "Am I in trouble?" And Chris Hansen's like, "Have a seat." And the pedophile's like, "I should probably tell you I have condoms and beer." And Chris Hansen's like, "Really? You have condoms and beer, but you just came here to have a slice of pizza with your friend from the internet who's a 12-year-old boy?" And the pedophile's like, "Yes." And then the paedophile tries to like run out of the pizza party. By the way, there's no one under the age of 18 even near the building, as far as I know. It's all like kind of staged, and even the people who bring in the paedophile is like an actor or whatever. So there's no actually, in this situation, it's all like kind of set up, if you know what I mean. And then the paedophile runs out of the house like screaming, it's like, "Yeah!" And there's loads of police just there being like, "Get down the ground! It's a fucking paedophile!" And then like 20 lads just fucking rugby tackle this tiny old paedophile man, and he's like, "Eee!" And then there's like a thing saying on the end, it's like, "Yeah, this lad was a convicted paedophile in 27 states." Like, he was already a convicted paedophile. This lad was a convicted paedophile for like 27 states. He was released on bail for the weekend. What else do they have to say? And then they say something like, "But we couldn't put him in prison because he has terminal cancer and he's about to die." Normally these paedophiles have like ridiculously horrific, depressing backstories. Like sometimes they have like they have to use a cane, and they're all like fucking, yeah. Like a lot of these paedophiles, they look like they have shit lives, to be honest. Like none of them look like they have any crack. Like none of them look like they want. This is an ideal situation by any means. I don't know. I'm only guessing. Listen, I can only guess what's on other people's minds. I'll never know. Alright. Let's see what people die of, man. Summary. Okay. Cardiovascular disease is a leading cause of death globally. Jesus. It's mad. I don't want to be like one of these people who goes, "Oh, be vegan and shit." Listen, you do whatever the fuck you want, man, honestly. But I do know that if you do want to eat a little bit like it's good for your health and shit. Like, you won't get heart disease and stuff, allegedly. Oh, but yeah, I know I'm not allowed to talk about. Allegedly, my dad, is terrified of getting a stroke, allegedly. And he constantly tells me, like, "Do you have the number there for the stroke thing?" And he always says, do you know you just have to call within half an hour and they can come get you if you have a stroke and all this stuff. Because he's at a certain age, right? I'm not going to say what age he is. He's at a certain age. He's at age X. And when his dad was at age X, his dad started having strokes, but they didn't know he was having strokes. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he even knew he was having strokes till he was a good few strokes in. They were just like, he was just like, "Oh," like they were just like, "Oh, he's slurring his words and stuff." Like, what's going on there? I don't know. This is just some stuff I heard. But what I'm trying to say is, my dad is near the age which his dad died from getting a lot of strokes, so he keeps telling people, "If I have a stroke, call this number," because everyone's terrified of dying in their own mortality, and that's why I think it's so interesting. So yeah, I don't know why, but strokes seem to run in my family, and it seems to be saying here, like, you know, but I've never once, I've been terrified, like, you know, AIDS or like, you think, "Oh, I might have cancer on my balls or something," and then you look for a priest and you just go, "Listen," and it's kind of awkward, but would you mind checking if I have a lump? And they just go, listen, I'm a Catholic priest, this is very unprofessional, you should see a doctor. And I say, thank you for being so professional, Catholic priest, carry on with your good Jews, you're a good man. And then I go see a doctor, because there is no joke to be made there. Moving on. Causes of death significantly between countries. Vary. Okay, causes of death vary. Okay, that makes sense, because some countries, they have, oh god, like an earthquake, or maybe like the water gets poisoned or whatever. We're finding out. We're learning here, okay? Like I said, I'm just looking this shit up, right? You look up your own shit. This, by the way, is indata.org/cause of death. Cardiovascular disease is a leading cause globally. Then we have can I look at the camera and talk as well? Causes of death vary significantly between countries. Non-communicatable. Sorry, I'm just getting really frustrated because I want to read this and there's a big word and I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm just afraid of looking like a big tit live on the internet, so I'm just like, come on. Alright, let's try this again. Take 2, and we're live. Just delete that bit there. You'll delete that later, right? This isn't live or anything, right? This isn't live, we're good. Alright. I'm going to read out a list of everyone who voted for sex worker or prostitute. I'm going to read out the list because I think it's really funny, because I had a complaint about it, like an official complaint about the post, but nearly everyone who saw the post voted whether they wanted a prostitute or a sex worker. Do you know what I mean? I only got one complaint and nearly everyone who saw the post voted either way. Do you know what I mean? And the poll isn't even finished. It's just mad, because I've had uploads of polls and this is one of my most interactive. Like, people really want to tell me whether they would like a sex worker or a prostitute, which one they want, but they're both the same. And I think it's really lame that I have to explain jokes, but some people were very offended, and such is the way of humanity and society. Non-commensable diseases, COMMUNICABLE, non-communicable, I can't read it, sorry, diseases becoming increasingly dominant as we make progress against infectious diseases as pollution age. Populate, next is the next number 4 here, I know we skipped some. Population growth and aging have driven an increase in the total number of deaths, particularly from what is this word? Compatible? No, what's that? When you can't fight it, I can't remember. COMMUNICABLE. Non-treatable. It doesn't say non-treatable though. Okay, next one. As child mortality falls and we make progress on infectious diseases, the share of deaths is shifting from young to older populations. Next one. Leading risk of factors for premature death globally include high blood pressure, smoking, whoops. Well, is that tobacco or is that oregano? Smoking, obesity. Yeah, obesity. It's mad. Some people think you should name and shame people who are, like, overweight, because it's kind of like smoking. Do you know what I mean? As in, it's bad. But then other people are like, no, you shouldn't do that because then it's bad for their yada yada yada. Usually, if people are overweight, it's now this is a theory. Some lad told me drunk while he was getting sick in the toilet, so I don't know if I would trust a lad who's getting drunk sick in the toilet. But this is what they had to say. All right. His name might have been Mary, and yeah, apparently people who are like, like really obese, like the ones that kind of like really really obese, a lot of them, when they get, there's a certain operation. I'm speaking super generally here. This lad who was getting sick in the toilet said he was speaking super generally. Oh Christ, I'm in so much trouble. How do I fucking say this? I can hear the pitter patter of keyboards writing comments. Okay. I was watching this interview. This guy in the Getting Sick in the Bathroom was watching this interview with Boogie2998 or something. World class YouTuber. He's properly obese, and he said that he was abused so much as a kid that he kind of fucked up his body so that people would kind of stay away as a defense mechanism. This is what he said on a subconscious level, and that loads of people he knows have had the gastric bypass operation, which is, I'm not sure if I have the right name, but it's when they kind of clamp your stomach a bit smaller so that you feel full quicker, is kind of my rough idea of it. But he said a lot of his friends have had that, so they had their even though their body was in check, like, you know, they had this mechanism, they got the body fat sucked out or whatever, liposuction, they had the old clamp put in and all the rest of it. So they had the best of that the medical world could do, whatever, but they didn't have their head game sorted out. Now, allegedly, because a lot of these people hate themselves so much, a lot of them had been abused as kids, either sexually molested or so on. So when they get the liposuction, they go home and just start drinking gallons of ice cream because they just wanted to not be seen as attractive, because they didn't want to be vulnerable and or ever to have anyone to try and sexually attract them or molest them again or whatever. And the interviewer of this boogeyman was saying, are you sure this sounds like a very crazy idea, that like people will be getting really, now I'm talking like very, very obese and doing it to themselves through food here. I'm not talking about they have an underlying medical condition, although if you do that to yourself, medical conditions start happening. You start getting diabetes, you start like all this other mad shit. It's very complicated. But basically this lad's opinion was that a lot of his mates got the liposuction and got the gastric bypass, but because they hated themselves so much and had so much negative thoughts about themselves and about the world and what other people were trying to do to them and so on, they couldn't forget the times they were attacked and so on. They would eat and get really huge again, and it would keep happening. Everyone would be like, I don't understand why this is happening, we gave you the bypass, and the other person's like, oh yeah, I don't know what's happening either. But it's because they want, it's some kind of weird defense mechanism, and it's mad. This, if you don't have your subconscious in check, man, you're a bit fucked. Personally, I know I self-sabotage myself because I often think, oh, I don't deserve this or that. Like, who am I to do this or that? Like, there's so much more talented people than me. There's so much more funny people than I am. There's people who are better at guitar than I am. There's people who are better at reading. I can't fucking read. There's people better at everything better than me. But the difference is, I'm working on improving myself, facing fears, like actually getting shit done, measurable goals in a way, not like anyway, I'm ranting. We'll come back to earth. Put your opinions below and share links, you know, because I'm just having an old chat, you know what I mean? I have my own evil intentions. Create music. Was it music now? My music line. Get any guitar or instrument delivered right to your door in white, and then you can write your own inspirational messages onto yourself and all the rest of it. Make it fully customizable, and it'll have the VeganSteven seal of approval, so you can trust it that it's good enough for you to learn how to play out the instrument. No bother. Population growth, and VeganSteven will personally give you 100 hours free music lessons available even now for free on the YouTube channel. Jeez, for free. And how much is that? Free. That's how much it is. Alright, here we go. As child mortality falls and we make progress on infectious diseases, the share of deaths is shifting from young to all populations. Okay. So do you know what? I was probably wrong about this whole suicide thing. A lot of people told me that, and I was like, jeez, that's mad. But it looks like I was just talking a lot of shite. So I was wrong, internet, alright? According to this one article. It doesn't specify on what people are dying of, but sure, look. Leading risk factors from premature death globally include high blood pressure, smoking, obesity, high blood sugar, environmental risk factors including air pollution. Alright. There's a large disconnect between what people die from and what receives news coverage. Damn! Alright. Now we are getting into it. Oisin, and you can go fuck off, man. And what's that other guy's name? Chris Hansen, Chrissy boy. Here's some actual shit which is like gonna stand the test of time. Right now, this whole bullshit thing about one lad may or may not have, and this other lad trying to make money off it, and they're just stirring the pot of news. That's all entertainment. Here's what's actually going on in the world that isn't connected to, you know, entertainment news or someone trying to make money off something. Please God, well, ourworldindata.org is making money off this. But sure, who knows? Listen, who fucking knows what's going on? Oh, deadly. Deadliest animals glow. Oh, jeez, this is mental. Oh, this is one of the best websites ever. Okay, this is actually going to be a hoot and a holler. I still have to touch on this whole Brexit thing. Apparently there's some vote out. To be honest, I couldn't give a flip, but I know Live One's real passionate about it, so just, you know, to stay current. And I don't really know like much about it, so just because I can only be an expert in so many things, you know what I mean? I'm an expert in music. So this year we're talking to that problem tree, okay? So think of it as a confession box in the old mass or whatever your religion has. I'm holding auditions for additional fictional token characters. So allegedly there's a token member coming from every religious faith to the VeganSteven podcast. There has been allegations that the VeganSteven fictional studio will be. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Listen, this is your problem tree, so just say, listen, I'm having a bad day or whatever. Now, boil that fucking kettle right now, because you deserve it, hey. Boil that, get that kettle going. Open that little can of sweet fizzy drink. Here we go. Woo! Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, fucking hell, excuse me. Alright, so there's a lot of hype and all this shite in the news and all. So let's find out what people actually die of. Not a very happy topic, I know, but sure, fuck it. We'll just have a little look. Alright, I'm going to try and look at the camera as well for the crack. I'm going to make this super big, and I'm going to look at the camera, and we're going to have an absolute whale of a time. Sorry for making a whale. I just got a text in there from the Whale Society, and they say, listen, just translated, that was if you slag the whales again, we will unsubscribe from your show. So I'd like to apologise to all the whales. And listen, whales, you think you're so good, you eat each other's fucking babies, whales, alright? VeganSteven knows what's up. I have been watching nature shows, whales. Okay, VeganSteven at the head of fucking reporting. Here we go. Okay. It's not being easy being an egotistical maniac, you know. It's hard keeping up with your own ego when you're Vegan Steven. Alright, here we go. Back to reality. Number 1 cause of deaths. Oh, class! Oh, this is really cool. Lads, you're gonna fucking love this. I don't know if I can show this. I can't show this on the screen because I haven't figured out, you know, all the legal stuff. My lawyers are being absolute flakes. That's why I have to be super careful not to... I don't know. This is me being super careful, by the way. Can you imagine what's going to happen when I get some lawyers in here? I'm going to have 2 lawyers live on my podcast. I'm just going to do the podcast naked, possibly on fire. And I'm just going to have the lawyers there, and they're just going to be there, you know, like just... Right, we'll cut this 4 seconds of the live feed. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. That'll just be a nice dream. Because then I can just do anything I want, and they can just live... they'll just live edit it. And go, woo! Out it goes. Alright, I think we have to move the camera there. So, thank you for joining us, everyone. We are live everywhere. We're live on Instagram. We are live on your mother's static TV. We're live on that radio you're hiding in your attic. We are live on all the things. Okay, here we go. We're still live. Here we go. Okay, cardiovascular. So we have a big graph here, right? And Jesus Christ, alright. 17 million, is this... I think this is kind of how many what people died of. Do you know what I mean? I think this is what people died of in... No way. Oh, that is so fucking cool. Oh, lads, check this out, right? I'm going to read out some statistics in 1990, and then I'm going to read out the same statistics and how they changed in 2017. Damn! This is all on, it's called chart, and there's data and sources, okay? This is fucking really cool. So we're finding out, you know, what people actually die of. Cardiovascular diseases, alright, 11 million people, alright? I know this doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think, as far as I can tell, this is how many people died in 1990 or whatever. Alright. So pretty much double than everything else is the biggest one is, you know, cardiovascular disease. That's 11.94, alright? So, that's killing more than twice as many people as cancer. And I've never really heard of this cardio. Like, I hear of cancer all the time. Okay, anyway, listen. And then we're on to, so cancer has killed 5.75 million. Next we're already starting to drop off. Half as many people by next thing. It's low respiratory infections. Alright, that's 3.4 million. Next we have respiratory defects. Alright, so maybe that's something you're born with. 3.32, who knows? Sure, maybe you're born with cardiovascular disease, I don't know how that works. Neo-national disorders, 2.9 million. We're dropping off. Jesus Christ, diarrhea diseases. Jesus. Case of the Vegan Stevens, 2.5. Digestive diseases, 1.7. Tuberculosis, okay, you get the idea, 1.6. Then it drops off to road injuries, down to 1.15. That's mad. So road injuries are 1.5 million, right? Because I'm always terrified of dying in the thing, but you're way more likely to die of cardiovascular disease, which is 11.4 million, or even respiratory infection, which is 3 point something. Like, road injuries pretty fucking small. How many people die of AIDS or HIV? Oh my god, only 300,000. 600 and, well, not only, but you know what I mean. Like, I thought that was the number one killer of everyone. Like, when I was younger, I just thought everyone died of AIDS. Like, suicide. Geez, suicide isn't actually that high at all. Okay, I've just been talking shite, so sorry about that. Suicide rate is 758,000. All right. So you're like way more likely to die of diarrhea disease, which is 2.58 million. That's mad. Alright, so to be honest, the news has just completely confused everything. Got my perceptions all fucked up, to be honest. There's a lot of money can be made off cancer charities, cancer research, pharmaceuticals and all the rest of it, and maybe there's no money to be made in cardiovascular disease because maybe we need that fast food. There's all sorts of mad conspiracies, who knows. Personally, I think a lot of conspiracies are just side effects of the society and human nature, but I won't get into that. So listen, that study was from 1990, and that's the source is IHME Global Burden of Disease, CC. Okay, I don't know who that is, but they're pretending it's someone very important. I'm going to speed through time till 2017. We're going to find out what's killing people then. Man, I must say I'm loving this fucking episode. I'm going to read out everyone on who. I'm going to just read out how the results were for who wants a prostitute and who wants a sex worker. Oh my god, I've already gotten 2 fucking private messages. Alright, sorry. Fucking hell. Sorry. Someone just sent me a funny picture. Alright. Of myself, which is kind of strange. Like it's a Photoshop picture. I sound like a politician who's just been caught doing something they shouldn't be doing. Right, anyway, here we go. Yes, alright, we're just going to have a look and see who... Because I think it's a bit fun, you know, seeing, oh, you read out that person's name, oh, that's really interesting or whatever. Okay, so let's see who wants a sex worker. I'm not going to read out everyone, obviously, but here's some people. Most people said they want a prostitute, but not a whole lot. I think it's about 2/3 want a prostitute and 1/3 want a sex worker. Okay, so most people want a prostitute. We're just going to find out. We're just going to read out some of the names here, just for people, just so they can be like, oh yeah, okay. Listen, Healthy Cuisine Workouts says they want a prostitute. Infinite Pov says they want a prostitute. Infinite Pov's rap music over there. Cathal Fognan answered sex worker. Annie Maguire says sex worker. Oisin Daly Carley says sex worker. Motivate for New Levels says sex worker. SET Artist Management says prostitute. Marcus Manzones says answer sex worker. DJ Dizio says prostitute. Marshall Atlantis, whatever that is, geez, fair play to you. Prostitute. Jesse McGuinness. Now, by the way, I've had official complaints about this, but everyone seems to be loving the post. Like they've all engaged and said which one they want. So I don't know, man. I'm just a bit confused. Are people actually annoyed, or do they think they should be annoyed? So they're kind of like, I'm not sure if it's okay if I laugh at this because I don't want anyone to think I'm not cool. Social pressure, man. Ava Marie Carpa says prostitute. Megan Hughes says sex worker. Global Good Burger says prostitute. Visual Bitezan says prostitute. Kevin Sapano says prostitute. Heroes Inspo. Marvel Dovati. Sorry about being very dyslexic. I'm doing the best I can. Well, it's kind of good. Like, I'm fucking up your name because you don't really want people to know. Anyway, Abale Alizanes says prostitute. Ed Gannon says sex worker. Emer Pano says sex worker. Jack A. Birmingham says prostitute. Cathy Ulagang says prostitute. Claudia Bauchman 5X answered prostitute. Peggy Mui, that's actually I won't read out her. Anyway, sex worker. Hector Bellamont says sex worker. Hannah says prostitute. Holly says prostitute. Intuitive April says sex worker. I apologise if any of these people are I don't know, sure, fuck it, it's a poll, isn't it? It's only a bit of fun. Like, you obviously don't, like, it's a ridiculous situation, so I think everyone knows I'm joking. Pacific Weekend says sex worker. Mission Vegan says prostitute. Alright. So that's how the people feel. Do you know what I mean? As said, it was 2/3 2/3 for a prostitute and 1/3 for a... I can't remember what I said, sorry. Listen, we're going to have to stop wrapping up the podcast. So listen, here's what the plan is. I'm going to read out the number of causes of death 2017. I'm going to have a very quick look at who this Boris Johnson is, lad. And what I say by that is how they... So there's some mad election, I don't know what the fuck the crack is that is. We'll just see what the crack is, alright? Alright, this is 2017, okay? And who's the source? But once again, if you guys would like to check this source out for yourself, it has a really cool sliding thing. It's just by the same people. I'll go through the sources, hopefully, if you have time. It's Our World in data.org. Causes of death, hashtag does then use reflect what we die from. Alright, this could be any website, I've no idea. Our World in data. Okay, here we go. Cardiovascular. It looks like all the stuff's in the same way. Maybe the numbers are slightly deviated. Cardiovascular diseases 17.7 million. So that's twice as much at least as what was it? The ones that seem to dominate is cardiovascular disease. That's more than 16 million. Down to like 10 million is around cancers, and then it drops off significantly to just above under 4 million, which is respiratory diseases. So there's a massive drop off. There's another big drop off down to 2.56 million, which is low respiratory things. Diabetes is down at 1.3 million. Road injuries 1.24 million. HIV AIDS, Jesus, HIV AIDS has gone tripled. It was 300,000 and something, now it's 950 something thousand HIV AIDS. So that's gone up really high. Suicide rates is 793. I think that's gone up massively. Homicide is 400. That's mad. Suicide outweighs homicide by huge amounts. Isn't that crazy? So 400,000. I'm kind of summing up here, or whatever. 400,000 killed by homicide. 600,000 killed by suicide. Oh no, 700. Roughly 800,000 killed by suicide. AIDS 900 and something, but that's nothing compared to the big lads, cancers and all the rest of it. Alright, so I'm just going to check back for those ones. Sure, fuck it, we'll keep going. Yeah, that's mad. So I've been spouting on this podcast, suicide's #1 killer because more than council. So listen, I was fucking wrong, alright? I was wrong. I've just checked with this article here and I was talking shite. So there you are. That's if this article is right, and I'm just going to hope it is for the crack. What do children die from? Alright, yeah, alright. So I think that's enough of that. We dipped into it. We're going to find out what this whole election crack is, because we're already running out of time. We're already way over time. Okay. So there was some elections. Let's just see what the crack with that was, and then we'll finish up. Election. What was it? Election, Brexit, and I'm sure let's see what pops up. Okay, there's a new episode of Mandalorian out last night. I will have the review posted tomorrow, and episode 6. So that's out on Disney Plus for you guys, or else if you're feeling very cheeky and you ask around your friends, you may be able to watch it on someone's phone. I don't know. There may be other ways of getting it. I don't know. It's within the realm of possibilities. So I'll have that review for you tomorrow. As a lot of people said, it was great at the start, and now it's kind of getting a bit boring. Well, that's the way with every TV show, isn't it? Like, you can't expect every episode to be the best episode ever. Like, there's always a dip in the middle, or whatever. Okay, anyway, so listen, what's the crack with this Brexit shit? We're going to have a little look. How Boris won Brexit, says Channel 4 2 hours ago. Boris Johnson, we have a powerful mandate for Brexit. Okay, what's all this Brexit shit about? Apparently, Jesus, Britain would be exiting the EU or something like that. I've just got tired. I'm sorry. I know everyone knows the right answer to that, but I can't fucking put that sentence together right now. So you're gonna have to be the responsible ones, because I'm just here to have a laugh. So you guys, the responsibility is in your hands, unfortunately. General election: Boris Johnson wins huge victory and stroking mandate. Oh Jesus, stroking. UK election result. What the Tony win mean Brexit and Ireland? Right. Apparently those people are worried about like losing their jobs, or most just people are terrified of change, because the number one fear all humans have. Johnson says Conservatives have ended the gridlock. Okay, I'm not really sure what they're on about. So this lad's like the scapegoat, like, oh god. Okay. Alright, whatever. He's like the face of this campaign, so if anything goes wrong, they blame this lad. Because it's a bit complicated. General election: Trump congratulates Boris Johnson and promise. I don't know, maybe Boris Johnson won this election, who knows? We'll find out. Mid-Ulster Sinn Féin's Molly says Irish unity now only way to avoid Brexit. Oh shit! Are we getting all the states back? Yeah! 32 counties, here we go. Sure, I don't know. Who gives a fuck, to be honest? Like, I know, like, I'm not allowed to say what I just said out loud, but we're all just fucking humans on a fucking island, like, do you know what I mean? Like, just fucking chill out. Worry about your own fucking shit. Do yourself out of fucking... Anyway. Listen, I'll try and stick to the point, because... what's next for... Okay. So I don't really know what's going on with the whole Brexit thing. I was hoping they'd just have a nice little answer for me, but they don't. I'm going to check out the journal, just see what they have to say on the subject. Is it journal.ie, is it, ladies and gentlemen? How do I do this? Okay, here we go. Pardon me. Okay, here we go. Election results bring Irish unity and Scottish independence. Jeez, that was quick. Fucking hell. What? Boris Johnson may have clinched the Tony major he wished for, but results in Scotland and Northern Ireland bring the future. I think we're just getting into sceptical things. I want to find out actual facts of what's happening. Remember, Irish Times ban remains as Communion Corp invites. Oh Jesus Christ! Horse dies after being struck by rush hour train in South Dublin. Fuck me! Like, what's a horse doing out? Oh! Alright. Oh! Alright, listen. Alright. We're at the journal, right? So we're just going to have a little look at what's going on here. So it says, like, erections result in penises, Irish unity and Scottish independence back to the fore. Okay, so let's just have the comment here, because they know better than I do, okay? These are professionals. Sean O'Brien says 5 hours ago, it's a sad day for England, but Corbyn couldn't gain the confidence of the public. Delighted to see the DUP lose 2 seats for the SNP to pick up almost all seats in Scotland. Irish unity and Scotland independence are a very serious possibility at this point. Alright, Munster PI says, be careful what you wish for. Both Irish unity and Scotland independence would financially destroy Ireland. Yeah. And there's a lot of, from a business side, a lot of people were kind of clinging on to England because it's a cash cow, even though we like to give out about it. Oh shit, I'm not allowed to say that, am I? Fuck. VeganSteven, keep your political opinion for yourself. I'm just talking about good business here. I don't know about politics. Now, Whack Triangle says, no. People don't like to hear the truth. They want to live in the clouds and think they'll be fine. Lol, lol, lol. Joe Johnson says, it's time for a border poll in Ireland and a referendum in Scotland. Jesus. Chin Free Ann says, Boris has been very clear he won't allow either. Alright. You take Boris on his word, question mark. Alright, I don't know what the fuck they're on about. So we're going to have a little look at... So that's what people are... That's what the word in the street is. So I'm just earwigging a fucking conversation here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to work the journal.ie. Oh yeah, here we are. Do the results of the North... Okay, so I'm guessing there was an election last night. Something to do with politics, and the results are out now. Okay. Jeremy Corbyn refuses to be drawn on departure date despite party pressure to quit immediately. What's up? Like, what happens to these people when they resign? Like, what happens to them? Well, I just want to know what happens. Like, Gardaí Paul crash in transit robbery in Dundrum after staff member threatened with gun. Jesus. Who do you call when the shit hits the fan? Fucking guards, man. Keeping us safe. Retired guard arrested over immigration. Jesus. People love just giving out about people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Suspect counterfeit Nike, Adidas, Ted send that lad away. Here, they act as if alright, they have an article here, right, saying, we found a fucking... Some lad is taking money away from Adidas and all these big good brands by doing counterfeit in Tipperary, right? I don't know. Here it says... feck Christmas, there you go, Mr. Xmas present. I'm blaming the DPD. Jesus Christ. So looks like the DPD they won't spend Christmas in Tipperary. Jesus Christ. Gardaí have approximately received 18,000 worth of counterfeit goods following a search in house in Carrick, County Tipperary. What's this have to do with the DP? No arrests were made. Oh, Jesus Christ. Substandard products could be considered potential haze. Have you ever been in a fucking €2 shop? Everything there is a fucking safety hazard. Alright, listen, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you very shortly. I'm kind of confused what's going on here with this election. Sure, listen. So Greg Ward says, like politics or not, Corbyn's been a terrible party leader. Based on what? Says someone else. Based on solely his preconceptions of opinion and forming capabilities. Alright. Allies of Labour. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about politics. Like, I just could not be arsed. It's like watching fucking 13-year-old girls talk about shite. Speaking, some lad talk on Sky News. He's something to do with Labour Party manifesto. I don't know who Jeremy Corbyn is. You guys obviously do know who he is, and you feel very passionate about him. And best of luck to you on that front. Okay, that's everything we have. Today's date is the 13th of the 12th, 2019. New episode of South Park. Quick review. They had kind of like a legalized cocaine kind of theme, in that, like, if you grow it in your own country, then you get it clean and all this stuff. It was kind of like they were touching on that and some other things. Because obviously cocaine has some health benefits of some description. And so on. I don't know. A lot of people say, like, if you try it, like pure and uncut and all the rest of it. Well, first of all, it's been smuggled up someone's asshole, but it would mean it wouldn't have to be smuggled through someone's asshole. It'd be safe. It'd be monitored and stuff. Because when you buy a drug off someone off the street, you can think of it like this. You don't know if it was alcohol and you're buying it off someone on the street, right? They're just giving you a bottle. You don't know if there's a bit of Guinness in that bottle and the alcohol. You don't know if it's a bit of Budweiser. You don't know if it's a bit of vodka. You don't know if it's whiskey. You don't know if it's whiskey that's been pissed out someone's body. You don't know what it is. All you know it's alcohol. It could be fucking fentanyl mixed with piss. Alright, when you go up to a drug dealer or whatever, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. That's why it's important to... Anyway, won't get into that. But what I'm saying is, what South Park said in the episode was, like, listen, if you decide people are going to be doing this bullshit anyway. So people generally die from drugs when people put stupid shit in it, like rat poison to stretch it, and there's no instructions how to take it because you don't know what you're drinking. Like if it was alcohol, you drink a bottle, right, and you wouldn't know if you just drank a bottle of Guinness or if you drank a bottle of poutine or vodka, right? So you could need 10 bottles to have a good night. You could need half a bottle and you'd be fucked because you don't know what you're getting off a drug dealer. Now people go to the drug dealer anyway, regardless, because people want to escape their problems. The same way people... Alright, getting way too deep. Listen, goodbye. I only want the best for you. I don't have all the right answers. We just found out I was wrong about the whole suicide thing. Apparently it's cardiovascular disease, so I'll have a look into that myself as well, because I don't even know what that is. Sure, fuck it. In the last 10 seconds, will I just look up what... No, I won't. Okay, you probably know what it is. So listen, I gotta go. I'm already way over time budget, but you guys were absolutely worth it. It's been an hour and 21 minutes of pure... What's that word called? Sustained orgasm, bliss, all the things. Listen, it was meant to be. The stars aligned for us to be here. And... Sure, look, I had a dream, right, that someone was like, "Oh, VeganSteven, your comedy is just so versatile, VeganSteven. It's just so, it sounds so natural the way you do it. It just seems like you're just talking to you and me." And I was like, "Fuck, this is one of the best compliments I've ever got in my life." And then I woke up and it was all a dream. Damn it! Ah well, we can dream, eh? We can dream. I'm just a lad talking in the shed. Alright, have a great day, and all I want to do is inspire you to you know what the deal is. Go fuck yourself. Mwah. This is live, this is not a drill. RC, drum god, you know who you are.